Hello. So what I'm doing some work on Stoke Summit, and I thought, why not broadcast it? I'm going to be doing some ballasting. The phone's charging at the moment, so I'm going to keep the camera up there for now, but I will show you the progress. I'm going to be ballasting the freight line and the north line. I call it the north line because this is the line that will be heading towards Grantham. This line over here, the south line will be heading towards London. So the north freight and the north towards Grantham. So, ballast. I bought this one. This is Woodland Scene. It's a light grey, B1381. There you go. There's B back the front, I know, but what can you do? I've got this little container here. No unique ballasting equipment, just a container and a ballast, and a sprinkler on my finger basically. So I'm going to put some ballast in there. I might be using this for Cornell Street as well, because I do like it. It's a nice ballast. And it's a bit bright, but it will be weathered. I will be adding weathering powders and that to this ballast once it's fully fits down. So glue. I use this brown stuff between the tracks, only between the freight and the main line, just because there's a bigger gap. Looking at pictures of Stoke Summit, there was a gap between the ballast, so I just use this brown dirt. Again, it'll be weathered up eventually. Right, so we need some PVA glue. In my video last night, I mentioned PVA glue. Just buy a big tub of it. If you do comment, I probably won't see the comments because focusing on layout. But yeah, any comments, just questions, just ask, and I'll read them back later. Hopefully, I don't need too much PVA. Don't want to waste it, do I? Oh, I hope everyone's having a great. It's kind of the day off for everyone today, last day of work. So I hope everyone's had a great time at work. I've been doing absolutely nothing all day. I'm using plasticard to spread the glue on, if I can find the scissors. Like I mentioned in my video last night, I got a lot of Christmas presents in here. Close. So I don't need to put much ballast on, so what I'm going to do is cut this plasticard to what I need. Plenty. And that way the glue's only got to spread that wide. I could make it narrower if I wanted to. I use plasticard because it's easy to, once the glue's dry, just get rid of the PVA glue. And I used to use card a lot, but at the end of the day it's wasting card. But when I got the wheels kits and that, I just used the card off the back of them. So, get some PVA. Remove the ballast for now because I'm not using that just yet. That's still too wide. It needs to be narrower than that. There we go. Looking forward to doing videos the same for the 009 layout. If you can hear me, I hope you can hear me. before I go any farther, I want to put some ballast down just to see how it looks. It should be alright. We'll take a closer look, like I said, in a bit. Just let the camera charge a bit, not my phone. Now, I'm not too worried of getting it on the brown for now because that will be hoovered up later on. Like I said, it's a bit bright, but the ballast will be weathered, so I'm not too worried about it being too bright. As for the inner of the trap between the rails, I'm just going to put that on and spread it with the finger. I mean, you can buy proper ballast in, you know, put ballast down. I did use one at the club once, but in fairness, I probably would buy one, but I've never got around to it. This works fine. I always put too much ballast between the on the outside of the rails, and I want to make sure I don't do that this time around. And I usually only do a little bit and then go on to the next bit. That's only because if I have to get doing something else or something happens and I gotta leave, I ain't gotta waste PVA glue. I try not to waste anything, to be honest. Oop, too much on that. So let's see what that looks like. I still have to put a sleeper in between the rails there. I still got to cut the sleepers. I do have a load ready. I just got to trim them down so they fit. But I had a good response to last night's video, late night running some trains on Stoke Summit. I enjoyed it. The reason I was up so late doing that was because I slept in the day, and I thought, oh, I might stay up tonight and run some trains because I haven't ran much on this layout for a while. I thought, right, time to get some trains running. By the way, Hornby have announced they are releasing their 2018 range on 8th of January at 10 AM. I will be doing a live video. We will be taking a look at new rolling stock live. So put that date in your calendar if you want. I've never done that before. I always do a video afterwards of pre-orders, what I've pre-ordered and that. However, for this year's range, I didn't actually have all the engines I pre-ordered. That's because I went on to other projects like my RC truck, my Scania, my Merc, which, to be honest, I really enjoyed, and I'm not finished with Scania yet. I spent some sort of money on it. It's going to be the most expensive RC truck I've ever built. Looking at, I mean, they cost a lot of money anyway. If you've ever built these scaled lorries by Tamiya, you know what I'm talking about. But the Scania I'm building, we're looking at £1,300 when it's finished, and that's my goal. I spent about 500 on it at the moment, and I really, really love it. It does have a name as well, but the name will not be announced anytime soon because the name's is different, it's special to me, and you'll see that in a special video. I have done some footage of it actually, working on it, and it won't be uploaded until the lorry's finished. That way you can see all the progress and what I've done. But going back to railways, this ballasting's going quite well. Like I said, I'm getting quite a bit on the brown here in the middle, but that's okay because it's got to be hoovered up later. So to hold the ballast down, I will be using fairy liquid mixed with water, like you do in PVA glue, and it soaks in between the ballast. Not that the layout's going to be tipped upside down, but when we come to remove the ballast in the middle, it shouldn't be there. It'll leave all the ballast that should be there. Let's put some ballast between the rails now, and then we'll have a look at what I've done. So again, just using my finger to spread it between the rails. This rails, the actual rails do need a bit of clean, I think. Yeah, fingers black already from it. The rails are quite dirty. And the problem is, you think it's the locos that cause the dirt. It kind of is, but a lot of it comes from the wagons rolling stock. And the wagons, they really collect the grime off the track and carry it. Hornby's old collet coaches, not too old, we're talking early 2000 collet coaches. I got a few of them, and they got these metal spoked wheels, which is great because it means they run really smooth. However, I found out that in the old shed, they started to corrode with the dirt on them. I don't know why, and I still got to change those wheels. In fact, I might even do a video on it because I was really surprised to see that. I mean, yes, the shed got quite damp, but none of the other rolling stock done it. And I have quite a lot of rolling stock with metal wheels. So that really surprised me. I was hoping to find my weathering powders today, do some weathering on the rolling stock, but I've seen them misplaced them. I can't find them. I'm getting white fingers as well from the ballast. I suppose the disappointing thing to this layout is I will be moving at some point in the next couple of years, maybe next year, maybe the year after. This layout is not made to be removed and put up again. So everything I'm doing here will come to an end. But that's okay. I'm quite happy with that because this is just really to get my trains running. That's one of the reasons I picked Stoke Summit, is because it's very dull, one building, bit of scenery and that. So it's not going to be a big problem, but when I do my big eastern layout, which I have built several designs to, and still not happy with the track plan, so I will keep building. We're going to have 3 areas. We're going to have industrial, where all the rolling stock comes from, and I'm hoping to put some kind of coal yard in, so I can have a load of J39s. And what we're going to do, so we're going to have the industrial side of layout. I want the country scene, like Stoke Summit, and then I want to build quite, I suppose the industrial scene would be mixed in with the station scene, but I want to build quite a busy junction, like I'm sure you've all saw Retford Model Railway by Brighton Junction. They do some videos on it. Really great layout. I don't want to go that mad with the junction, but I do want quite a bit where 2 lines join together, and that's something I want to do on the next layout. So I want to put 3 things into the layout. And then the junction where the lines join together, that's not going to take up much room because that'd be mixed in with the industrial part of the layout. Then the fiddle yard, because of the fiddle yard, I need a fiddle yard called rolling stock. I'm going to do the same again, it's going to be under the baseboard, but I'm also going to have a secondary fiddle yard like I have on Stoke Summit, where I can store certain trains that run quite a bit. However, the plan's always been to buy enough rolling stock so you never see the same train. Or you do, but not so often. And that's one thing that really bugs me. You go to these train exhibitions, model railway exhibitions, right? You see some of these stunning layouts, and I mean some of them are just spectacular. And I especially love the really big layouts, like what's the one I really liked? But it'll come to me in a minute. It's an eastern layout, eastern region. What's it called? My mind went blank yesterday as well filming, but it's a really great layout. And what was it called? Brighton, Summit South, Leicester South. Is that Leicester South? I think it's called that. Stunning layout. I saw it 3 times now, and I could sit there all day and just watch the trains going by. And the good thing with that layout is they got quite a bit of rolling stock. So you do see the same train, but not too often. But what really bugs me with some layouts, they have a ginormous layout, but you see the same train go around at least 3 times. And I want to see a train, like my collection then, I want to see an A4 go by on the Elizabethan. Couple minutes after that, maybe a freight train or another passenger train, different loco, and then later on see a different train go by like the Northumbrian. So that's what I'm doing with all this rolling stock. I'm building my collection up, so when I do build this next layout, you won't keep seeing the same train going around. Now, that being said, Stoke Summit, I do run the trains around constantly, but that's because I haven't got a layout yet. I need the room. Right. Back PVA. Need more PVA. Everything I touch got to be white now because of my hands. So I was asked last night if I would be getting any, rolling stock train stuff for Christmas. It's not on my list this year. And that's because I have several trains to pick up already. The ATEF from Hornby with a Fowler tender, that'll be my next one to pick up. The standard 4MT by Hornby in green. Hoping I can get my hands on one of them. The shop I buy my stuff from, one of the shops I buy my stuff from, they got one coming in hopefully, so that'll be good. And I also got a load of second-hand stuff to pick up, mainly LMS brake vans, which the new LMS brake vans for Backman, 25 quid, nearly £25, not paying that for a brake van. So I've managed to get my hands on some second-hand, £10 each. So I'm really pleased with that. Get more ballast. So I don't exactly know what time it is, to be honest. But like I said, my mum and that, I might stay up and work on the layout. Get something done. So, some of my favourite layouts on YouTube. First of all, a really big shout out to SDJR88. His Trench Railway, really good. I mean, he put pictures on, I think it was today or yesterday, and I didn't realise he'd done an update actually. And I went on that, and that layout is just stunning. And I said to him on Facebook, guy on Facebook, that layout is worthy of going into a magazine straight away. I mean, it's just stunning. It's such a good layout. And I mean, I'm doing the 009 gauge layout as well. Mine's going to be a little bit bigger, but for what he's done on the size, and to be honest, you don't really need a big 009 layout because it's so small. You can get away with such a small layout, and that's what he's done with his World War One trench railway, and it just looks stunning. That's a layout I could watch all day again. And I really like what he's done with the dirt and everything on the track, on the roads. It just looks great, and the tanks and everything. It just looks like a scene from World War One. So I'm hoping. I said to him that I hope you get that in a magazine like BRM or Hornby magazine, monthly magazine, because it just blew me away. And I really, I borrowed some of his pictures and put them in black and white. It just looks so good in black and white. He's really created an excellent scene. And I'm hoping to get work on my now gauge railway after Christmas. Problem is, it's done this shed. I am moving sheds, so it won't be a problem soon, but it's too cold and I do work. I have my heart problems and that, and I can't be in that cold, just can't do it for my health reasons. So I mean, this room is not exactly the warmest room in the house, but it's okay. It does have a radiator in, but it doesn't really help because Cornwall Street's above it now, so I had to turn it right down. Another layout I really like on YouTube is, what's it called now? Well, first of all, A76 is Model Railways building, modern image. I forget what his name is for his layout actually. I don't know if he has a name for it. But that's a really good layout. I do like watching his videos and his updates, and the detail he puts into the layout, really good. And again, he's a friend on Facebook, and we have a chat now and then. And I mean, I compliment on his railway all the time because it's really good. And my detail, I've always said I want to make a layout really detailed, and I still do. I mean, I'm going to do some detail to this, but because it's country scene, it's going to be more scenery detail than anything, which is great. That's what I like. So the ballasting's going really well. Another layout I like I said, the Brighton Junction, his videos, Little Bytham, Tony Wright's Little Bytham. That is my favourite model railway. I would do anything to go and see that layout because it's just stunning. And again, it's the same region I build, and I see it and I think, wow. And of course, that's where Stoke Summit come from, because Tony Wright with the Wolverhampton Model Railway Club, they built the original Stoke Summit. And that is exactly what I'm doing here. Well, not exactly the same, obviously. I can't do work like they've done on their layout. But that is why I wanted to build Stoke Summit, because they've done such a great job and it inspired me. And I mean, every time I go to a model railway exhibition, you see these layouts and you come home and you think, what could I do different to my layout? And several times that's happened to me. Several times I've come back from a show and thinking, right, what can I do with my layout then? It happens all the time. So I'm hoping to show you the ballast in a second. Another layout I like watching on YouTube is the Blue Bow Model Railway. Another nice layout, and it's nice to watch the videos, all the engines running and that. What else do we have on there? Trying to think now. There's ballast going everywhere. The ballast looks good actually. Oh, I didn't do this end on here, I don't know why. Let's get some PVA. Resort to the finger. That's okay. Yeah, we'll take a look at it in a second. I'll probably wash my hands first so I don't get my phone all dirty. One of the things to remember with ballasting is don't overcook it on the points. Don't put too much down around the points because you get a jam point and then you'll find it keeps jamming and you can't run trains properly and it gets annoying. Now the good thing is I don't have to worry about this point I'm doing right now because this point would never change. This is purely decorative. Right. Meow. Yeah. Meow. Ow. Ow. take a look. Okay, now I'm not going to do this side of the track because I got something planned for that. So I'm just going to fill in the track what I've done now. And I'm going to take a look. I keep saying that, but we will, I promise. I promise. Right, this is as much as we're going to do. I'm going to wash my hands and I shall be back. Right, let's take a look. Here's a chair. Star Wars. Last Jedi was amazing. Spin the camera. There you go. So, doesn't look like I've done much, but I've done enough. Before we go any farther, let's explain the gaps. I got to put all the point rodding in under the track, so that's the reason for the big gap here. And of course that'll link up to the signal box. But here's the ballast, what I've done. So I've done the brown earlier on, and that's just the gap. Because the gap's bigger from this track to that track, and then these two are closer, you need something in the middle. And I didn't want to just do it all ballast once I change it up. But like I said, going from real pictures of Stoke Summit, there was something in between dirt, maybe, so that's okay. But yeah, it's turned out pretty well. Like I said, there's excess on the brown. Once I've used the PVA mixed with fairy liquid and water, it fits all what I want fixed, then I'll hoover up the middle and it'll just be the brown left. My next big thing, yeah, I will be buying them. Who does them? I'm not sure if it's Model Scene Pico, but yeah, they're really good. I was actually going to pick them up 2 days ago. Well, no, yesterday, sorry. And D-Rails didn't have any left, sadly, so I said to him, I'll pick some up after Christmas then. And I probably got ordered some in, actually. I didn't say, but I'll get an order me some in. So when I get the point rod in, I'll be putting it all down here, and it goes as far as this point, and then that's it. But it will follow this track all the way around then, right through. The cut-off point's actually about here. You never really see the view over there. I mean, the camera's got to be here. Fits over the tracks like that, maybe. So that doesn't really need detailing. And I got to build Stoke Tunnel as well over here. I'm looking at doing that at a later date. As long as I can get this scene here done for pictures, I'm quite happy to leave that for a while. So let's get a train running. So today I actually built up a new rake of wagons, which you probably saw at the beginning of this video, behind a standard 4T. I just put me fig up. You won't be there, but to explain the signal box, I got to repaint it obviously because it's as close as I can get to the one that was on Stoke Summit, and without scratch building one now, I'm quite happy to use this one. It will look very accurate. The shed needs to be a different shed, but that's where the shed will be going. And there's a small coal area to go there, from what I can tell from the pictures. Also, I haven't mentioned this for a while, there's meant to be a crossover in the middle of the track. Now, I actually spoke to Tony right on the BR Web, is it? BR Web or something? RN Web. And he mentioned, I said to him, why wasn't it in your layout? Because I've been told that it was there during that time period. And he said it would have been used for trains that was on the wrong line. But because it wasn't used that often, they didn't think they needed to put it in. And I'm not going to put it in. No, can't now, put ballast on. No, I'm not going to put it in because I don't need it. I'm quite happy. These tracks do not connect until they get to the fiddle yard, so it leaves nice smooth running. I should mention as well, this point over here is Insel Frog. Now the original plan was to do that Electro Frog, but it runs fine. I've had no trouble with that point. The one down here is Electro Frog. This one's Insel Frog, but they run absolutely fine. I'm having more trouble with the ones under the layer in the fiddle yard, so I'm quite happy to keep them where they are. This is what I was going to be weathering today. Never got around to it. Anyway, I'm chattering on. Let's get a train running. Let's show you one of my new rakes. So I want to put the phone down somewhere. It's going to be a lot harder now because there's PVA glue everywhere. Right. So what I've got to do, I need something to prop up. I actually bought that buzz a long time ago. It's withstood a lot. So I'm going to stay there. Let me prop it up with the shed. Actually, let's bring it down here. Because the signal box, to me the signal box is one of the favourite views of the layout. That should stay there. Final last words, eh? So the new freight train I built out today, it's not finished. I will change the wagons over. I want to put some other wagons in it, but it will be going in the fiddle yard once it's done to stay as one of the trains that we ran. Going from pictures and videos, There's one or two wagons that need change. Before we go any farther, actually, I'm just gonna where's the track rubber? Because I put this ballast down, and I might have excess glue somewhere, and then that gets stuck on the wheels, and then before you know it, that train carries all around the layout. So yeah, this rig I built, I've gone from several pictures I've been looking at. I will show you the pictures one day. I've got several. I did show when I started planning the layout. So if we go at a slow speed, I can tell you what wagons need to change. The first 2, 3, 4, 5 are perfect to what from the photo actually. Different K1. The K1 in the video is late delivery. I only got this one at the moment. So we got this cement wagon, accurate. This wagon's accurate. These 3 flats, completely accurate to the picture. Then there should be another flat. There's 4 flats in the picture. There's a steel wagon very similar to this one, but the picture, because this is farther in the distance, so I didn't make them out. I could make these wagons up though. There were a few of these tunnel cement ones. Probably a different colour, they were heavily weathered. And then I can just about make out a cattle wagon, and I can definitely see these 2 in here from the picture. After that I don't really know what's that, so I'm going to do more research on that, but I mean it runs really smooth. Let me get the... You would have saw this one running last night. Okay, he's just debugged. No, yeah. False alarm. He's stopped. There we go. I do like my freight trains. I'll just move the... There we go. So this one is coming by on the South Line. This is the Thompson B1, which was in a video last night, the running video. This one's 6W190, and this is the fish train. So this shouldn't be here, but I like the look of it at the moment, and I need more fish fans. These have all been weathered up, but some of them need a bit more weathering. But they look alright. There's 10 vans, I need another 5, so I will get them eventually. The brake van as well is not 100% accurate, but okay for the moment. Just getting going a bit faster. Because these fish trains were mainline runners really. They didn't spend that much on the freight lines because they were high speed, fully fitted fish vans. Here it comes again. I want to get some of the whole BB ones. Now, I didn't mention this in the video last night when I was talking about kit wagons. This is a kit wagon by Parkside Dundas, this cement wagon. Now, this is the first one I ever built, and the reason for that is because I need a couple of them for the layout. But for kit wagon, painted up, all the stickers added, you would not think that was a kit. It's 100% perfect, apart from the bottom, which no one can see anyway. This one will be weathered up with white powder, because these were quite grimy back in the day. But I was really pleased when I built that. That's what kind of moved me towards doing some kits, because I was just really happy with how it turned out. I probably do need to paint the couplings on it. So we're going to put a different logo on, just because this one's not run for a very long time. It's of course the N15. I think they are called N15. I'm not very great with my Southern engines, to be honest. I don't really know that much about them. But then it's not my preferred region. I think that's okay. And I will just give them a light clean. Just checking one of the vehicles I had on the road then. Because I saw a lorry the other day in the model shop derails, a Scania lorry, and I thought, have I got that one? But I have. I might buy it if it's that next time, just to have really. I like my lorries, like I've said. So this is the one that had an accident a couple of years ago. Everything's okay on in there. The valve gear is quite mangled. I didn't see that comment, sorry. But what it is, the shed hides the comment pieces. It's weird, can you get the comments up? Yeah, it says show, so... These are very nice locos. I didn't know much about them until I bought one. And I did do a bit of research, as I do some of my engines. But being southern, I don't really know that much about. I got some good footage of one on a video. That's pretty good. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Been going 50 minutes, I believe. So I got some ballasting done. I will do more of these videos if you want to see more of them. But yeah, I'm gonna probably go on the computer now and do some work on the future layouts, because I got some sort of layouts planned. Like I mentioned last night, the next O gauge one is currently in pre-alpha stage of planning, but I got some great ideas for that, and I can't wait to share them with you in the near future, in 2018. The ballasting looks great. I mean, the only thought is it's too bright, but it will be weathered up once I can find my damn weathering powders. Also, one of the things I try and recreate is length of freight. Freight trains were quite long, however not all of them were. You did have smaller freight trains, pick up goods and everything. Pick up goods usually started with 6 wagons and went up to 10, 20 and probably went back down to 3. Even on the East Coast Main Line you would see that. As for coaches, my 4-length passenger trains are 7 coaches. I know it's not realistic to what would have ran, but I gotta think of, well, to be honest, I don't think the A4s could pull 14 coaches. I know the Thompsons here. There's a few here. They ain't heavy, but for some reason, a lot of trains struggle with them. The wheels must be quite stiff or something. But I mean, most of my freight trains are long, like this one here with the crusty ends just over here somewhere. You probably just make out a brake van now. The coal train's 28 wagons long, which you can just see the end. The new freight train is the length of the crusty freight train. It's realistic, but I do want to do some smaller freight trains. And going from some pictures I got, that's got to be one of the plans. I want to get 1 or 2 small freight trains, pick up goods sorted, and then have something like a 060 tender loco working with them. One of the engines I want to run a lot more as well is the J70, so maybe put that on the pickup goods. They were normally allocated to getting trains ready in stations and that, putting coaches in the platforms. And also small freight movements, like in yards and everything, marshalling. But again, it's my layout. I can run them when I want, how I want. And also today I was doing some research on these, and I want to find out what went on them, because I got a nice rake of these now. They are all over the place. There's 2 here. There's a siding at the back that you won't see. I do want to get some little lights, but there's a couple in there. We got one down here. There was more. I don't know. There's a freight train in there with 1 in. I did have more. Where are we? Where have they gone? It's the problem that you buy so much stock. There's 2 more over there, one on top of another. I will just put that freight train now. Just gotta clean this track. Because I want to get the crusty running. Let's move me bus up there. And the garage. Don't forget the garage. I want to put that garage in the Cornell Street somewhere. I have thought about putting it here, but it doesn't look right. No. It's hard to fit it in. I'll find somewhere for that. So, to finish this video off, we are going to get Krusty running, just because he's one of my favourite locos. When Hornby announced this Krusty Franco loco, I was really happy, because it's one of the engines I always wanted as a kid. And I don't mess with local kits. I'm not good enough at that. I did do a O gauge kit that didn't go to plan. I ended up selling it not that long ago, actually, and it paid for. Which engine did it? Oh, it paid for my. I think it paid for the 37 BR. I can't remember actually. Oh no, it paid for one of the A4s. I think it was Merlin. I can't remember now. Anyway, let's get Krusty going. Then this video, show you the fray on this one. Lovely locomotives. I still want to get a late version as well. Again, notice the close buffering. On the rolling stock. No, I said earlier these points I've never had trouble with. That's the first time the engine's ever stopped on one. Again, these flatbeds have been close coupled, as you can see. It just works really well. That van has not a close coupling, but I believe the cattle van has. This one here, this is a project for the future. Gonna have something big on that. I'm not too sure yet. Got 4 of these. Now these are, I mentioned last night I got some wagons with KDs that I bought, like it, and these are the 4 wagons with KDs fitted. And there's no point changing them because they look alright. I want to get a few more of these as well. See, that's a good length. I mean, the freight train. That's about as long as a freight train needs to be on Stoke Summit. I mean, my longest one's in the side and down there. That's the longest one now. That goes right the way around the layout to over here underneath. Oh, don't do this to me. They haven't. This train has never stopped. I mean, it's usually going quite fast in this. Silver King. In the next video, we will get some passenger trains running. I'm going to get the Northumbrian set up on the layout tomorrow. And of course that means getting forget the name now. Andrew K. McCosh running. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video again. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to get some passenger trains running. We'll get 2 passenger trains running in each direction. Signal going here, of course. What we'll do, we'll get the Northumbrian going that way, and we'll get one of these standard rates going that way. I got standard rate there, 2 coaches are missing from that one. No, they ain't. They are. I used them actually. They were put over here for now. We got a rake here. This is actually my favourite rake to run at the moment. We got some Hornby Mark 1s, some Hornby Gresleys. I can remember buying these from Hatton's back when they were like £30 a coach. Now they're like £40 a coach. They did cancel, sadly, Hornby cancelled some of these from the 2015 range, I think it was. Very disappointed because I do want to get more of these because these were very common on the East Coast Main Line. When I go to shows, I usually manage to pick at least one up, but they're usually the sleepers. I've got 4 or 5 of these sleepers now, and I don't need them. I need the 4 brake, which I'm hoping they'll do again. I haven't got many 4 brakes of these, in fact none. And then we got another Mark 1, Backman Mark 1 brake, and then another Gresley in blood and custard. Anyway, I gotta go. I got to get some stuff done, and I shall see you all soon. Thanks for watching, and yeah, just stay tuned. There's a lot more coming. If I don't see you before Christmas, have a great Christmas, everyone, and yeah, bye for now.